the recording. Okay. So, so I was saying, let's go back. We are told to do A, financed, right? Financed entirely by equity, right? Okay. Financed entirely by equity. So, look at the question. What would be the suitable discount rate? Okay. What would be the suitable discount rate for the investment if it was financed in each of the following independent way? Entirely by equity. Okay, so those steps, let's go back to our steps. One, identify the proxy company with its beta, right? Beta factor. Okay. So we said the proxy company is the consumer electronic industry, right? So this is the company. What about its beta? Let's look at the beta we are given so that we know where to start from. Why the average beta for equity beta for electronic firm is 1.6, and we are told that the gearing in the industry is 30 to what? To 70. Okay. So we say it's beta equity is equals to 1.6, right?
Yes.
So what is step 2? Because we have beta equity here now, step 2 is to ungear. So we're looking for better asset of the consumer electronic industry. So we are going to ungear this beta equity so that we can have a better asset. Ungear or degear, whichever one. Ungear better equity of consumer electronic industry. Okay. 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 That is remove the financial risk of consumer electronics industry. Okay. Okay. Crown. Okay. So, which means we have to calculate beta assets, right? Can someone help us with the beta assets formula?
PA.
VE over VE plus VD, open bracket, 1 minus 10 plus VD multiplied by VD, open bracket, 1 minus C over VE plus VD.
Value of equity, value of debt.
Yeah.
Okay. But from this question, this part is 0.
We don't have debt.
Okay.
My debt is zero. We don't need the formula.
You don't have better depth in the question, so this part will be 0. It doesn't mean that the companies in the consumer electronic doesn't have debt. No, there's no better debt for that industry. Okay, so from that we have better equity is 1.6 multiplied by what is the value of equity of consumer electronics. Okay, we are told that their capital gearing structure is debt to equity is what debt to equity is 30 to 70, right?
Yes.
So this is 30 over 70. So the value of equity is actually 30. My value of debt is 70. I think the tax rate is 35.
So I think the value of equity is 70, debt is 30, according to the question.
Let's see.
My Lord, Jerry is debt over equity. 30% of debt, 70% of equity. Who corrects Jerry? Who pass part?
So we're told that, look at it here, gearing in the electronic industry average is 30% debt and 70% equity. Okay, so if I want to write, I can say debt to equity. I will still explain that to you guys later. Difference between debt to equity, debt to total assets, equity to debt, equity to total assets, and we have total assets to either debt or equity. Yeah? But based on what we have here is this debt to equity is 30 is debt, equity is 70. Okay. And our total assets in this scenario is actually 100 when you add it together, because this guy is debt plus equity, which you call VO. Okay. So it is 30% debt, 70% equity, man. Okay. So 70, I think that the tax rate is 35%, I think. Let's reconfirm that.
Yeah.
35%.
Okay, see it here, 35%. Okay. 70.
So I'm talking about the VE. It's not 70.
The
VE, value of equity.
Yes, okay, let me explain. Oh, you are right, sorry. You just see that now. Debt is 30, which is the VD, sorry, this VD. And equity is 70, which is a VE. Do you get that? So look at the question. Where is it? You're right, man. Thank you for the observation. This is debt. This debt, which is 30, is VD. And this equity, which is 70, is VE. Okay. Value of equity, VE, which I call E. And value of debt, VD. Okay. So let's go back to the, this is, thank you for the observation. Okay. So this is VE is value of
It's
equity VE is 70. 70 value of equity, which is the E. Then VD is 30 value of debt, which is the D. Okay,
70.
okay, minus 0.35.
35.
But you know the other part, this guy is 0 because we don't have better debt. Okay, better assets. Better asset is equals to. Okay, so let's press our calculator. What do we have? Me, I'm aware that whatever you want to get, it won't be up to 1.6. I don't know how you want to do calculation. It won't be up to 1.6. Because this,
Excuse me, please.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't understand why that the other part of the equation is 0 when we have value of debt. Is it that the debt does not give rise to risks?
No. Examiner will give us better debt. But if it's not given, you assume that better debt is 0. It doesn't mean there's no debt
Okay.
in the company. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Where have you go?
1.25.
1.3. Work in one decimal place. Okay. You can see it's not up to the better equity. But if you do your own and your Korean is showing that it's more than better equity, something is wrong. Okay. You know we are done with step 2 now. Why do we need to do step 2? Because we are not given better assets. So we have to calculate our assets. That's why we are doing step 2. Let us assume this 1.3 is in the question. No need of doing step 2. Okay. Step 3 now. Your step 3 is to do what? Is to reduce.
Yes.
Yes. Is to reject. But you will need to do step 3 here. Why? Because the mode of financing, we are not using debt, it's all equity. So what do you want to reject? Nothing. Leave step 3 blank. So you go to step 4. So calculate cost of equity using better asset in step 2 in CAPM. Okay, according to CAPM, our KE is equals to what? Risk-free plus beta into RM minus RF, right? So
Yes.
we know we are doing, because of what we have here, we are using beta assets. Okay. So KE is equals to risk-free. Let's go back to the question. What's our risk-free? Risk-free is 10%. Then market return is 25%. Again, don't mix market risk premium and market return. They are not the same. This is 10%. The other one is 20 or 25 or what?
Listen.
25, yeah. Plus 1.3 into 25 minus 10. So what do we have? Figure. K is equals to what? Figure also.
50.
Is how many percent?
Approximately 30%, 29.5.
Okay, let's say 29. Hope you are confirming figures. And 5%.
5.5.
Now, you know what is step 5? Calculate
Calculate work.
Adjusted work.
adjusted work, right?
Yes.
Now, let me tell us this. If a company is not J, that is, the company does not have debt, which is all equity finance company, the work is the cost of equity. Do you get that? If you want me to do the table, I will do it. Source of finance Okay. Market value, cost, and what? Average total, right? Sorry, I can see like 7 charts. Let me quickly check that to see what's going on. Okay. Let us be. Today. Yeah. Okay. So let's proceed. How many sources of finance do we have in this A part now? How many sources?
One only.
Which is equity, right?
Equity, yeah. Yes, sir.
So our market value of equity is what? 100. Because that of debt is actually 0 here. Do you get the point now? So I say debt to equity, total market value 100. There's no point of doing this. I just want to show you something to see that sorry, KE is 29.5, Abby,
Yes.
that we have up here. Then this one is still 0.
Yes.
Then when you multiply this, you're going to have what? Is that 29.5 and 0 here? So when you have this, we have 29. Please confirm if I'm just using head. So if you do your work now, which is 29.5 over 100 times 100. So what do you have? 29.5%. Do you see that?
Yes.
So instead of doing all this, because actually this is, there's no mark for this. Just wanted to see this. Instead of doing all this long story, just be aware that as far as the company is all equity finance, your work is cost of equity is equals to KE for all equity finance.
So if it is 100% debt finance, will work also be same
Cost
thing
of debt, because of debt, net of tax.
because of debt too.
But unless if they want to be playing with you, I've not seen any company that their debt will be 100%. They have some level of equity actually, but
Yeah, the
I'm
first
not
time
saying,
owners.
I'm not saying it's not possible. If you see an examiner that actually did a mathematics first degree and is opposing to set your SFM question, you can play with that. Okay. Okay, I don't think I've informed you guys that I'm not an accounting guy actually. No economist, no business admin, no banking and finance. I'm not from this field actually. But
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
but I don't like telling people
mathematics, sorry.
I don't like telling people my first degree because they will tell me
Mathematics.
that's why you think it's simple. It's not like that. If until I tell you that I'm not accounting grad, if I'm doing
A
double
math
entry with
student.
you, you will believe. I think so. You will believe. You will believe I have first class in accounting actually. I just love the field
Then you
because
should be in mathematics.
I have math first degree, but at least I'm a member. So when I tell people I'm not accountant, they say no, you are now a member. So don't tell us you're not an accounting graduate. Okay, so that's by the way. You can see what happened because of what, how we finance it. But you will see that no matter how we want to finance it, those steps, those explanation I gave the other time actually work. The first thing you look for the proxy company. Once you get the proxy company, identify it with its beta factor. Here we are given better equity alone. Let's assume we are given this better asset. So we'll have even skipped step 2 here because That's what we're actually looking for here. Then we move to step 4. And no need of step 5. But for us to even see that we are saying the same thing, if you have crammed the format that you usually want to do the 5 steps, let's do step 3 and you see that you are just playing in step 3 actually. If you want to regear now, let me tell you what happened. Regear, that is add your company's financial risk, right? Okay. So it means you want to calculate better equity, right? Better equity is equals to, it says better asset AB plus better asset minus better debt into value of debt 1 minus T over, don't come again, we have 9 minutes left. Wonderful. Over value of equity. So, what's the better asset here is 1.3, right?
Yes.
Plus 1.3 minus 0 because we don't have better debt over our company debt. We actually have 0 debt because it's 100% equity, isn't it? Over 100. The fact that this guy here, this our guy here is 0. Every other thing here will be 0. Are you on the same page? Will be 0. And because of that, you only have 1.3 plus 0, which is 1.3, which is your better equity plus to better asset. Do you know what you're saying now? So that's why some examiner that will tell you that a company is all equity finance, and they will still be telling you that it's better equity. So they've ended up doing step 3. That's why. Okay. But let me just highlight something that I'm not supposed to be part of the solution. Step 3. It's not supposed to be part of the solution. Okay. And step 5 actually. Step 5. Okay. So what you can just tell us is that I think this thing is longer than this. Okay. So you can just easily tell us from step 4 that because the company is all equity finance, this is our work. Okay. I think I can go to the second aspect before this.
Please, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
If they give us better asset or better equity, what are the stages? Because the thing is confusing me. Say if they give us better assets, we'll look for better equity. But if they give us better equity, we'll look for better assets. Am I right?
Don't me talk that one. No. Hey, wait till I talk this. Say, if you are going to a new industry, you are looking for the business risk because you are going to do that same business. So you face the same business risk. So after you now have the same business risk, it won't stop there. The next thing is that it now depends how you want to finance that business. Do you want to use only equity? If it's only equity, you only face the business risk. That's clear. So that's what happened in this A part. But this step 3 and step 5, there's no point of doing it. And that's why you see that even though after doing it, you have the same result with the immediate previous step for each of them. Okay. But if you now want to use debt, after you have the business, which is step 2, in case you're not given from the question, after you have the business risk, which is better asset, step 2, you now go and have your own company's financial risk, which is step 3. And once you do that, you move to step 4 and you do step 5. Do you get that? That's if there is debt and equity, now you want to finance it. But with only equity, no point of doing that. Okay, probably when I share the videos on previous explanation, maybe you understand it better. But don't worry, this one is clear now. Huh? This example. Okay, just wait and see how we want to do the second one now. See between the two. Look at this example. I said there's no point of doing step 3, but although we still try to write something there. But if you check our result in step 3 and step 2, they are the same. 1.3 for step 2, 1.3 for what? Step 3. And step 4 and step 5, I said there's no point of doing step 5 If you check our result in step 4, 2.29.5%, and step 5, 29.5%. But for the remaining ones, it won't be like that. So let's go. B. What do you have in B? Before then, let me quickly set up a new link so that I can just share
Okay, no problem.
schedule. Apex. SFM. Waiting to be from 9:45. So it has to be 15. Save. I also want us to do like 2-3 questions, examples on this aspect so that we can get some page. Let me see. If I should bring light though before the second one to go off. Because next week I don't want us to go to this again. That's just the objective. But the main thing is that the fact that you're able to remember, you have the understanding of the question of the topic actually. So okay.
JB, by 11 p.m. we finish this class now.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I said by 11 p.m. we should be rounding up.
Yes. Just solving one sub question for the next 1 hour. So once we can do that, I think if we are all on the same page, we should be able to finish the 3 questions I planned in. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the question number 2. Where is it, sir? Okay, so look at the second question. If you are to finance it now, are we on the same page, please?
Yes, sir.
By 30% debt and 70% equity. Okay, the story will change. Now we are not using only equity, we are using both debt and equity. So even after we have our better assets, we have to now add our own financial risk. Okay, so B, by 30% debt, right? And
Yes.
70% equity. I will show you one magic here, but let me solve it before doing that, so that when you see that, you won't waste your time in the exam. Step 1, do what? Identify the proxy company with its beta factor, right? So our beta proxy company, one cannot copy and paste in this thing, in these notes. Now copy it from here. Maybe I don't know how to copy. Let me see. There's one button here, select. Copy the paste. Copy into paragraph. So our industry is still consumer electronics, and the beta of that industry is still 1.6. Okay. Oh, so consumer, is it consumer electronics industry? Then the beta is beta equal to 1.6. Okay. Step 2. This one is jet. On jet, the beta equity, which means you want to remove how many is left. Okay, remove. Sorry, let me start those ones and share the link. Stop share and